Hi all, it's day one of the road trip. I'm kind of hoping to prepare a little video picture something each day, but we'll see. It's just me, so it's a matter of having time. Hit the road early this morning and traveled across many states. The idea for this trip came out of, 5 years ago. For Memorial Day, I traveled down through Kentucky, Tennessee, hit parts of Georgia, Mississippi, Fort Donelson, Stones River, Chickamauga, Lookout Mountain, Shiloh. It was a good trip. And I decided to be nice to see some of the eastern battlefields because I hadn't seen those. It was a little harder to figure out what order I really wanted to see them in or whatever, because they're in the central part of the country. Those battlefields kind of made a logical sense. You can kind of drop right straight down a line and then go across, and that was just a really logical way to do it. Come out here east and there's all these battlefields in such a small place, and trying to get a focus for the trip was a little difficult. And then I remembered that what I really remember from that trip 5 years ago was spending Memorial Day at the Shiloh battlefield. There's a national cemetery there. There was a service or an event, whatever you want to call it. You had the Boy Scouts being the color guards and people from different military units doing their thing. And kind of the keynote was a talk about a local who had served in a reconnaissance unit in World War II and had died overseas and was buried now in that cemetery. There was quite a lot of people there, and it was interesting to see a different part of the country and see some people who were really very focused on Memorial Day as opposed to, a backyard picnic and a parade. And that's what finally made a focus for my trip here. Is the thought is what I really want to do is go down probably either Sunday or Monday, we'll see, or maybe both days. We'll actually go into D.C. And I want to see what Memorial Day is like down by the memorials along the mall area there. I think that should be an interesting experience. I haven't decided if I want to go over to Arlington or not. That I don't have someone to visit there, so it seems a little more intrusive, but we'll see what happens. The other thing I'm doing on this trip is I've got some new toys for my camera and some video stuff I wanted to try. So, the video you're looking at now as this is playing is a GoPro 8 running with time warp, which means it's a time lapse, but the camera's deciding how fast the time lapse should be, so it's might be slowing up or speeding down as the scene dictates. I really doubt anybody's going to want to watch through all of this video, but if you do, I will put some music on in the background here and let it keep playing when I'm done. I will mention that probably about the farther east you go, probably the prettier the terrain gets, so you might want to jump to about the 17-minute and 30-second mark. That's about when I'm getting into the Alleghany Mountains, and there'll be the tunnel and the area past that. And then it was interesting. My GPS seemed to decide to cut the corner between, to get me to my hotel instead of taking some interstates around, even though the interstates would have been a little faster. And I ended up going down it was called River Road. It actually followed along the Potomac in West Virginia. I think I was in West Virginia there. Probably the prettiest part of the drive I have, because I was off the highway. That wasn't a highway. It was literally a country road cutting through a river valley. It was very beautiful. So if you want to see that, you can jump to about the 20-minute, 17-second mark. Overall, my schedule is kind of up in the air. I'll do it each day. Friday here, I'm going to go up to Antietam, and depending on how much time I spend there, I may run over to South Mountain or down to Harper's Ferry. I do intend to get out to Bull Run. I intend to get to Chancellorsville and Fredericksburg. And like I said, there's probably a few dozen, if I really look carefully, between small, medium, whatever battles in this area. So I'm kind of open to suggestion if you have any. I have been to Gettysburg in the past, so that's not on my schedule this time. But if you have anything to suggest, I will be willing to listen. And otherwise, if you're going to keep watching the video, enjoy the music and let me know what you think about the results.